Hi, I'm Miché. Welcome to the Spoonbenders Cafe. I've got my good friend Barb Ryan here with me tonight. She is the Goddess of Happiness in Eugene, Oregon, and, well, globally actually. But it's just about a year's anniversary since you started doing these Evenings of Upliftment. And I wanted to give people a chance to understand a little bit more of what they could expect, what they might experience when they come to one of your events.
I appreciate you asking me the question because it gets the word out. There's going to be an Evening of Upliftment happening June 17th in Eugene at the Center for Spiritual Living. And when that happens, what happens in the evening is that the main part of it is myself and the bowl. And I play the Tibetan singing bowl as a way of putting me in a trance, and during that time, teachings come through with the pieces of paper that have been put into the bowl. I see it as often the theme is what would love do? And with that theme, I see all of the questions, the answers, the conversation being a teaching, a transmission of a teaching. And somebody could ask, if they were to move to New Mexico or New York, what might happen? And it's not like an 8-ball. It doesn't answer that kind of a question. But instead, an answer would come through that would have to do with something about discernment or life's purpose. And so as I would play the bowl, I would pick one of the questions out, and a teaching would come through.
So sometimes it's not so much about what to do, but the teaching is about how to do whatever you choose to do.
Yes, it's about coming from a loving place, learning to love ourselves, finding our life purpose, knowing how to treat ourselves and others from a peaceful, loving place. Those are just some of the themes that come up. And what we've seen is each time it happens, a particular theme comes up for that particular group. So it's very much that whoever is there are all meant to be there. The questions all begin to have a theme, almost a theme line, a storyline within them, and that everybody's question gets answered even before it's been asked, or even if they didn't write a question down.
Right. It's like the idea that there's whoever comes together in a particular evening or in a group, on some level, we're kind of all meant to be there together.
And everyone experiences that sense of oneness. Everybody finds a way to describe that feeling of community, that the more people that are there, the higher the energy builds, or the more information that comes through. And on most of the evenings, there's also uplifting music, uplifting poems, there's prelude music, interlude music, and all of that is just to help set a tone and be part of the upliftment.
All right, great. I think that will pretty much give people an idea of what goes on and what you might expect, and some of the heart upliftment and heart healing that could happen. I've already written a question and put it in the bowl, and I would like you now to do that thing that you do with the bowl and answer away.
We'll do a demo.
Okay.
And I usually close my eyes once I've read the question. Sometimes I laugh so hard I end up crying. Why is that? Sometimes, some of the time. Some of the times, sometimes, some of my experiences include laughter. When we laugh so hard, with our whole body laugh, end up crying. Why is that? First of all, whenever we ask or are asked a why question, the why is like bringing it down the rabbit hole of why is this happening? Why is this happening? And a better possible way to say it, to get more fulfillment from that, would be able to say, and what is the purpose? What is the purpose of tears coming when I laugh so hard, when sometimes I'm laughing so hard I'm crying, tears are coming. What's the purpose of that? If we look at the question in that way, one can see that the purpose is to have a full body experience, that we are spiritual beings having a spiritual experience through our humanness, through our human bodies. And one of the delicious ways for that to happen is that we have tears. And sometimes, most of us know the experience of feeling sad, crying. Sometimes when we're angry, tears come. Sometimes we're afraid and tears come. So we usually associate it with something that does not feel so good. But with laughter and a full body laugh, everything, we are just shaking and end up crying because we are laughing so hard. And there's been some studies done that the tears of when we're laughing, the actual substance of the tears is biochemically a little different from the one that we're crying with sadness. Something different is being expressed. Our facial expression is different when we're afraid, or when we're sad, when we're angry, or when we're joyous and ecstatic and hilarious. So the tears are simply one more way of releasing and expressing an emotion coming through our body. And I'm wondering, isn't it that we maybe don't laugh enough, that we don't have enough of the experience of laughing till we cry? How wonderful it would be to have that be as an attention, that I want to laugh so hard, I want to laugh till I cry, and allow that expression. Sometimes we find that tears seem to be deemed socially unacceptable, whether they're for any emotion. So it's very interesting that someone will talk about having tears of joy at a wedding. It's not even that they're laughing necessarily, but they're so overcome with joy and ecstasy and excitement that tears come. So the teaching here really is to allow our tears to flow as an expression of our emotions, no matter what the emotion is. To have the full experience in our body, and our spiritual self loves the feelings that come through us. So sometimes I laugh so hard I end up crying. What is the purpose of that? I believe we've answered that.
Wow, thank you. And I love how you did that little shift with the question to really make it much more powerful and something to learn from.
Feel the energy of the expression of the words as they come through. And so when there's a suggestion that a different word or tone or order of words be used, it's only to see if the person feels a deeper alignment in that way. So with the bowl, I've been playing this bowl for about 8 years, maybe longer. The more that I played the bowl, the more comfortable I became in hearing the messages and the teachings of the bowl. I was simply allowing it to come through. And the more that I did that, the more that I trusted that voice, the more that I was developing a relationship with this particular bowl.
Wow. Great collaboration.
Yes. I just want to say thank you for doing this. It's such a great idea. And I just love the way that you work and the way that you ask the questions. And it's all very uplifting.
Thank you. Happy to have you. And I'm hoping that you will come now that you know what to expect. I hope that you will join us and be uplifted too.
Yes.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here.
Look forward to seeing you. Thank you.
Thank you.